All right, so we want to talk about 6.06 quiz and which events are independent is what this question is asking. So you have three options, flipping a coin multiple times, picking coins out with replacement, and then picking coins without replacement. So remember, independent events mean that the first event does not affect the second event. So the second event is independent of the first event. So flipping a coin multiple times, if I flip a coin once, it doesn't affect the outcome of the second flip. So that's independent. The second one says picking coins with replacement. So picking coins with replacement, think about that. You pick a coin and then you put it back. So then when you pick again, it's still the same number of coins. So those are independent. It doesn't affect the second time you pick. But the third one, picking coins without replacement, if you don't put that initial coin back, then it changes your outcome because you have one less coin there. So that one is not independent. That is dependent. The second one depends or changes based on the first one. This one says a bag contains 3 red, 5 brown, and 4 yellow potatoes. What is the probability of randomly choosing 2 yellow potatoes without replacement? So the first time you choose a potato, if you're looking to choose a yellow one, there are 12 total potatoes, 3 plus 5 plus 4. And so the probability the first time is choosing 2 out of 12, right? But then the second time you draw, there's 1 less potato total, so there's 11 there because you're not replacing it. And there's also 1 less yellow potato. So it's not, and excuse me, this should be 4 out of 12 because there's 4 yellow potatoes. Typo there. I misspoke. So 4 out of 12 for the first draw of the yellow potatoes. But now, after you've already taken one out, there's only 3 left. So the chance of drawing it the second time is 3 out of 11. And then since we need both things to happen here, this is a compound probability, we're going to multiply. And so you'll multiply straight across, you'll write this as a decimal, and you will have your answer round to 2 decimal places, nearest hundredth. And then this last one that we want to look at is what's the probability of getting heads, tails, heads in that order when flipping a coin? Are these events dependent or independent? Well, we already discussed that flipping a coin is independent because the first flip doesn't change the second flip or the third flip. Probability of getting heads the first time is 1/2, and that does not affect the probability of getting tails on the second flip. That's 1/2 as well. And then the probability of getting heads that third time is still 1/2. So the probability of all 3 of those happening in that order is 1/8. And that's independent because the first and the second don't affect the third, and the first doesn't affect the second. So those would be independent events.